Hey folks, I'm Gene Delasala, president of Audioholics. Today I'd like to do a video about media streamers. Now, in advent of us reviewing the new Oppo Ultra HD Blu-ray players, the UDP 203 and the UDP 205, one feature that's apparently missing in these players is the fact that they don't have any streaming services like the older BDP series. You know, on the older BDP series, you could use Netflix, you could use Hulu, Vudu, Pandora. All that's gone with the new Ultra HD Blu-ray players. And the reason being is they're focusing all that processing power on getting you the very best in HD video, you know, the 4K resolution and all the extra color and all the processing that's involved in doing that. And at first when I thought about that, it kind of took me by surprise. I'm like, wow, it feels like we're going kind of backwards in technology with the newer stuff. But then I got myself thinking, you know what? Media streamers have come a long way in the last year or two, and it really makes a lot more sense to buy a little media streaming device as opposed to letting your Blu-ray player or your HDTV do those services. Because let's face it, guys, in most cases the Blu-ray players are terrible at doing this. They're very slow, they're kludgy. You know, dealing with Netflix on the older Oppo players, I'm talking about like the BDP 95. The Netflix interface on that was terrible, and same thing with the Samsung players. I'm not just picking on Oppo. And then even on TVs, some of the TVs don't even do 5.1 audio when you use the Toslink output. So, you know, you're kind of getting a compromise in many cases when you're trying to do all this stuff, all this media streaming through, you know, a source device or through a display as opposed to having a dedicated device. Now, there's a bunch of stuff on the market that people are using. You know, we have Roku, you have Apple TV, and we have Amazon. And we have Amazon Fire TV, and we have Amazon Fire TV Stick. Now, we're going to be focusing mostly on those two Amazon products today. I got them for several reasons. I got them, one, because I have an Amazon account. And you know that allows me to get free shipping on almost everything by being a Prime member. And because I'm a Prime member through Amazon, I also get access to their free services that include, you know, they have dedicated TV shows now. And I also get access to, you know, Amazon Music. So it makes a lot of sense, the Fire TV and the Fire TV Stick. The one we're going to be focusing mostly on is the Fire TV Stick. And this one's only $40, and let me tell you, this gives you a lot of stuff. Let's open up the box and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So, we get this. Now, you know, on the side of the box it says it has Alexa voice control, which is really cool. I'll show you the remote control about that. It says Dolby Audio, but in fact it's Dolby Digital Plus 5.1. And I thought I saw up to 640 kilobits of stream through that when I was watching, I think it was Man in the High Castle or Mr. Robot, two Amazon exclusive shows, by the way. So the audio quality is pretty damn good for a streaming device. I mean, it's not Dolby True HD, but you know what? It's every bit as good as what you're getting on if you have Netflix by itself, or, you know, if you're doing any type of streaming. That's pretty much where we're at right now. Dolby Atmos is coming soon to Netflix, but I don't think that's quite being implemented right now. So anyway, this particular device does 1080p, and it's got a quad-core processor, and we'll talk more about that in a little bit. So when you open this up, you get, I guess you get a little manual here about what you're doing. But you get a USB cable. Now the cool thing about this is, unfortunately, the Fire Stick does not get powered off of HDMI, so you either need to use the power supply dongle that they give you, which is in this box over here. It's a little wall wart. So you plug this into the wall and you plug the other end of this into your Fire Stick. Or if you don't want to use this and your device that you're plugging it into, whether it's an AV receiver or a display, has a USB interface, this should supply you the power that you need to power the stick. So that way you don't have to dangle a cable down through your TV or whatever. So, you know, you get the cable, you get the wall wart, you get an HDMI extension cable, which is pretty cool because, you know, let's face it, a lot of times your HDMI port is not long enough. You know, you can't reach it with the stick, so you stick this on it, you put another cable, and you're good to go. And we get two batteries for the remote control. They're just AAA's. And we get the Fire Stick TV, which is smaller than the actual remote control. And you see this is HDMI. And we get this really cool remote. Very easy to use, actually. I really like this remote. It's very easy to put in your hand. It's pretty intuitive. And of course I can't open it right now. Here we go. So this has a little microphone on it, and this is when you use the Alexa command. So you can network this with your Alexa products. Pretty cool. You know, I use it like when I go to Netflix, for example. I'll hit the thing and I'll say Star Trek Deep Space Nine. So rather than sitting there and typing it out one by one or moving with the mouse to the different letters, it'll actually find the show that you're looking for. It's pretty smart. Got a home button here so you can navigate around the screen. And you know, you could play games on it too. It acts as a joystick. You could turn it sideways sometimes and use it in that function depending on the game. Very cool that it's coming with the Alexa. And the Fire Stick TV is only $40 through Amazon, so that's a pretty good deal. Now the Fire TV is very similar. It's basically a console. It's about this big. Okay, what you get for that's $90. You get more internal memory. So instead of getting 1 gig of internal memory like you get on the Fire Stick TV, you get 2 gig of internal memory on the Amazon Fire, and it's expandable. I think it goes to 32 gig. You also get video output up to 4K Ultra HD, so you get much more processing capability. If you get higher video resolution through that, then go with the Amazon Fire. You get Ethernet, and it's just, the device is better suited to play games. So if you're more into the gaming aspects and you need 4K, go with the Amazon Fire TV. But if you're just dealing with 1080p and you're just dealing primarily with streaming, man, I would really go with the Fire Stick TV. In fact, you could buy 2 of them for the price of one Amazon Fire TV, so now you have it in multiple rooms. So the basics of the Fire Stick TV is it has a MediaTek quad-core ARM 1.3 gigahertz processor. Sounds pretty fancy. It's Bluetooth 4.1. It's got a dual band Wi-Fi antenna. It supports all the latest protocols for Wi-Fi. As I said before, its internal gig is 1 gigabit internal, and its storage capability is 8 gigabits for your apps. That's pretty decent. Video output's 1080p, and audio surround is 5.1 Dolby Digital Plus. You're probably asking, why do I need one of these? Well, here's what I say again. It's better, easier device to use than streaming than what is typically found in your Blu-ray player or your HDTV. You know, you have the ability now to have a quick interface because this thing is fast. There's really no delays on this. Netflix is easy to use. Pandora is easy to use. Hulu, Spotify, HBO Now. You're almost getting full entertainment. I mean, a lot of people are dropping their cable services and their satellite boxes now, and they're doing mostly streaming services. So this might be the wave of the future here. And that's the one advantage that the Fire TV has over Apple TV. I know Apple's really easy to use and it's a great product as well, but think about it. Amazon has its own kind of TV network, if you will. It has exclusive TV shows, just like Netflix. So you got Amazon, you got Netflix, you got a lot of entertainment coming out of this thing. Now this device is more biased towards you using the Amazon Prime. So it kind of emphasizes that more than it emphasizes other apps, but that doesn't mean you can't navigate around and still get to those other apps. It's just something to note that obviously they want you to use Amazon Prime. So you're wondering, how do you connect it? Well, you could connect it either directly to your HDTV with your HDMI connection, or you could connect it directly to one of your unused HDMI ports of your AV receivers. That's the way I prefer to do it, because now you're sending the HDMI audio through the receiver. So if you have 5.1, it goes right through that. If you don't connect it directly to your receiver, you're going to need to run a toss link out of your TV into your receiver to get the surround sound. And then you got to make sure some TVs, if you don't correctly configure the audio, like some of them you have to turn the TV speakers off, otherwise you only get 2-channel audio out of toss link. So check the owner's manual if you're going to hook it into your TV. Make sure you're getting a real 5.1 stream. Put on an Amazon show, put on Netflix or whatever you have that you know is in 5.1. Check the signal info on your receiver when you have the sound coming through. Make sure it's 5.1 and you're not just doing 2-channel and using a ProLogic 2 up mixer. All right, because it really makes a world of difference there. So basically, once you get it connected, You plug it into the AC. Either, like I said, you either do the wall wart or you use USB power. Then you do your Wi-Fi network setup. You know, you have to enter the name of the Wi-Fi network and your password. Then you basically enter your login credentials for Netflix, Amazon Prime, whatever you're using. You just enter all the credentials to that, and then you're good to go, man. You're going to have hours of entertainment. And I'm telling you, this is way more fun than trying to use the streaming services through your HDTV or through your Blu-ray player. 40 bucks, guys. This has to be probably my favorite product of the year that I've been playing with so far, for such a low price for what you're getting here. And I'm not trying to sound too promotional, but really for 40 bucks, it's a no-brainer. If you're not using a media streamer, you should be. And Amazon is a great option here. Again, you also have Roku and you have Apple TV, but those tend to be, well, the Apple tends to be a little bit more costly. Roku is pretty competitive. But for now, I really like the Amazon because you get the free shipping with Amazon Prime, and it's just a lot of services and benefits you get through this package. So check it out, guys. Let me know what you're using for a media streaming device. Let me know what shows you're watching. I'm curious to see if you guys are fans of Mr. Robot or Man in the High Castle or any of these new Amazon Prime shows that are coming out. And just keep us giving us feedback on what you like about these kind of devices and what you'd like to see us cover in the future. All right, guys. Well, until next time, keep listening and keep streaming, my friends. Okay, guys, I wanted to give you a tour of the on-screen display here, the interface of Fire TV and Fire Stick. They're essentially the same thing here. And when you hit the little arrow or the home button, you get to see all your different apps. And as you can see, I've got YouTube, so when you want to watch Audioholics videos, you could do it there. We've got Netflix, lots of stuff on Prime, Amazon Prime, all these original shows. You got Showtime, Facebook integration. It's just so much, guys. Your videos, if you put them in here. Movies, TV shows. Here's all your settings. And the best thing of all, of course, is we can ask Alexa if we can't find it. So let's try that out. What is Fire TV?
Amazon Fire TV refers to two generations of digital media players and microconsoles developed by Amazon.com.
Well, that's very informative. What is Audioholics?
Audioholics is an audio/video and home theater technology review website and forum community.
Cool, they know us. Do you have a boyfriend?
I'm totally cool with being single. Besides, it's sort of hard finding someone who's kind, funny, artificially intelligent, and doesn't mind the cloud commute.
Alrighty. Am I pretty?
You are pretty. Oh, so pretty. You're pretty and witty and bright.
Alright, guys. So if you need a little morale boost, you could always ask Alexa.